This is the all-new WICR. We're now on Live 365 and Ustream.com. Just search WICR and like us on Facebook. Facebook.com/WICR, Iona College Radio.
All right, and we're back for one last segment. So, I forget what we were talking about before we left for the break. Do you guys remember?
Before we left, we were talking about we asked you the question and you gave a very, very good answer on whether America should stay out of foreign affairs or stay focusing within.
I just think it's like really, is so much into it. Like there's already that's why it's hard for England to leave the European Union, because there's so much already into it. There's so much history into it. Like you can't just leave.
There's a lot of moving pieces that if someone as prominent as Britain left, and there's a lot of countries that depend on the European Union. Like we don't even want to get into the entire subject matter of Greece, and if the fact that Greece got out of the European Union, I'm pretty sure a nation's gonna come in and take them over. I'm almost 100% positive, because they're so poor, and they're so ready to be taken, and the fact that the European Union is the only reason why they're still the way they are. So
yeah. And we were just talking about North Korea, which is another problem that Trump has, and it's stupid. Like, pardon my language, but it makes no sense. North Korea knows that if they do anything to South Korea, anything, they're over. It's done. Like the U.S., they're gonna get obliterated. They're a really small country.
Do you think North Korea is actually like as dangerous as people say, or it's all talk?
They would have, if they would have done something by now.
And when didn't they try to, and the missiles failed?
Yeah, their missiles. Well, some of them have worked, some of them failed. Like they've been all over the place. A lot of them just failed though.
When did they try the whole missile thing?
Like, it was fairly recently.
Like every week, bro. Like it's almost like every week they try.
One like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, they're very dedicated. I'll say that.
Yeah, they are, but they're not gonna do anything. Like that's why Obama didn't get riled up, because he was like, I know you're not gonna do anything. Like,
they're all talk, man. Especially North Korea is super tiny too, man. So they don't even have the manpower.
They're not gonna do anything. So that's why when the way Trump is trying to handle it, like he's easily riled up. He's like, oh, I gotta do, like, no.
It's that like typical bravado, man.
Yeah,
you
like
can't really have that. You have to keep I think personally, like I don't mind bravado, but not to the point that bravado influences your decisions. You should have some sort of pride and be able to stand up for yourself. When you're the president, I think as the president, you should try to deal with things democratically. So you fly out over there, like Obama. There's a lot of situations where Obama flew out to international countries, and he just spoke to them.
Yeah, Trump he hasn't flown out or met with any. He hasn't visited another country since. He's visited his golf course 18 times.
But imagine, dude, he's probably visiting the Trump Tower more than that other countries.
He visited Mar-a-Lago more. That's where he brings everybody. He brings everybody to the to Mar-a-Lago to talk and stuff like that. Send missiles from Mar-a-Lago. Like people saw the guy who holds the briefcase that they call the football or whatever. That launches them, that has the codes for the missiles and stuff. Like,
personally, I just think that like if you as America being the world superpower and you actually want to like promote democratic and equality and peace amongst everything, the idea of your president and your representative flying out to an international country as opposed to flying them in, I feel like that does a lot more. Because you're stepping into their land. You're showing that you're the one extending the olive branch. You're the one going, all right, I'm gonna try to make this work, and I want you to be on board. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what
as opposed to, I don't want to say it's necessarily the way I'm portraying it, but there's definitely like a difference between you flying out or you just being, all right, come to my giant mansion and let's go play golf. There's a difference. There's a difference.
Yeah, I feel like it's more of like a respect sort of thing when you fly out to where they're from.
Yeah.
So you're comfortable, you respect.
So that you're actually serious about it. You know, you're not just like lounging around playing golf. It's actually you doing serious business. You're taking your position very seriously.
Showing that you're willing to commit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. I just think this whole situation is crazy, man.
Crazy,
I think
man.
he needs to calm down because North Korea's not going to do it. And somebody needs to tell him to calm down. That's the other thing. Like, he has all these yes men. That's the other problem. He put people in power that are going to say yes to him.
Nod their heads and smile and say
yep.
yes.
They won't, like,
That's the right thing. That's the right thing to do.
That's the worst part, man, because then they let him get to it feeds the ego, man. And Trump already has a crazy ego.
Yeah.
So imagine him having an even crazier one, dude.
Oh my gosh, that's not good at all.
You're gonna generally need people to challenge your views, which helps growth basically in terms of knowledge.
What did you guys think about the whole United situation? Let's switch topics a little bit.
You know, I still haven't seen that video. I
haven't seen the video, man. I was like,
I
I'm
just
not gonna
know
watch
someone got ejected from the actual plane for reasons I don't know.
Because that's the other thing they overbook. It's like they sell more tickets than they actually have, because they usually it usually works out where, you know, some people can't make their flight and they don't, or you know, just the right amount of people book their flight. So, you know, a lot of flights, they overbook it just to always have a full plane so they don't lose money. And so apparently that's what happened. And so this man didn't want to give up his seat. He was like, yo, I paid for my ticket. Like, I deserve to sit down. Like, it's not my fault that you overbooked it and then you told me that I was going to have a seat, but you don't really have a seat. And so, you know, then they dragged him off and stuff like that. I was like, that's bad on the airline's fault. Like
that's just
yeah.
bad PR, dude.
Wait,
I know there's that idea that all like publicity is good publicity.
That's not true.
I don't. This is a prime example of this not being the case, dude. Because now not only is Twitter ripping them apart, I think there's like moments like I seen some tweets of other like actual like airlines and other competitors make direct reference.
Yeah, there was another, I think it was Southwest. Somebody a woman got punched in the face.
Oh my
was
god!
like,
Wait,
and
what
she-
for doing what?
I forget exactly what, but it was, I was
no
like,
matter
yo,
the
what is wrong with these
situation, that's
airlines,
nuts.
bro?
Dude, we live in such an interesting time, man. I know things are looking down, but dude, there's always something crazy happening.
It is.
What a time!
Yeah.
What a time, guys.
That's crazy. That really is crazy. That's insane. I just think that they need to stop doing that. And did you hear about the Fire Festival too?
No, I actually haven't.
You haven't
What's
heard
going on
about
with
that?
those?
Oh, it was like the biggest scam ever. So first of all, it was it was run by Ja Rule. He was-
Oh,
think
now I heard.
what you're talking about,
I
yeah.
heard a little
bunch
bit
of
about
You heard
it.
about that?
paid
He-
for that or something like that, and they found out it wasn't real.
Yes, man. Yo,
Yeah, he
Ja-
was this. He was like supposed to have like a lot of
he
celebrities
was
come
supposed
up.
to have Migos. He was supposed to
Yeah.
have who like every celebrity you could think of.
Migos, Drake, a lot of those like popular names.
Yeah,
supposed to-
I was like, first of all, this is not Coachella. And then they
He
made
also,
the
he
tickets.
also planned it terribly, man.
The
This
tickets
happened right after
were
Coachella.
between $450 to $12,000, and those $12,000 didn't guarantee you like a VIP pass or anything like that. Like you still, for other amenities, you still had to pay for that.
If you drop 12,000, hold that L to
Then
the
you,
chest.
then you
please.
get there. Then they say, oh, it's these nice tents or whatever. But they were like leftover tents for I think not refugees, but for like a crisis that happened.
It
in
was
that
nowhere
tent.
near as luxurious as they made it sound, dude. I remember.
said
I
it
actually
was
read about it in the paper. I
They said it was
skimmed
this
it.
private island somewhere. No. People lost their luggage. The food was just like 2 slices of bread with some cheese on top and some lettuce and tomatoes.
Really?
Yeah.
Ja Rule, what's going on?
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't be. You made songs with Ashanti. You can't be doing this. You can't ruin. You can't. Like, yo, you lost 50 Cent, but you can't help yourself ruin your own career. That,
Actually,
Wait,
words to
bread?
live by,
Wait,
man.
just 2 pieces of bread and cheese?
yo, he's stuck on that. Yes, it
What a
was 2 pieces. I
premium
saw a
deal.
photo. 2
Right?
pieces
for
of bread.
12,000, not for 1,200. For
For
1,200.
12,000.
That's a premium
12,000.
deal for
450 to 12,000.
I just looked it up on my phone right now. He's facing a $100 million lawsuit for the debacle.
That's crazy. Why would you?
Oh wait,
my
Andrew.
God.
Okay, so I don't want to say you were wrong, but according to this article, the ticket prices started off at 1,200,
Oh, start. Okay.
Oh,
and then they went to over 6 figures, so over 100K.
Dang.
So if you dropped 100,000, hold that L to the chest. I'm sorry.
First of all, why are you dropping 100,000 for a concert ticket? Not even for Ja Rule. No, because he had other people. Like he said he had Migos.
Show up, though?
He said, no, nobody showed. Nobody was there. Like they
They
luggage got
had like
stolen.
because the thing it was when I actually read a little bit about it in the paper was that it was supposed to be, I don't know if it was like a festival,
Yeah.
but they were supposed to have a lot of prominent people, not just artists. Like
Yeah.
they were supposed to have models, tech
Models,
innovators.
I think Kylie Jenner too, and people like that.
From what I know, one of the, I don't really follow like fashion like that, but one of the Hadid, Bella or Gigi Hadid, that was like the
Yeah.
only one who popped up. She actually came by, but that's
she
it.
actually did.
Yeah.
Just came
Dang,
by
she
for
got
shop
scammed
just to
too.
Pick up some food.
Yeah, man. But apparently it was Ja Rule, and he has a business partner. It's his 25-year-old technology entrepreneur, Billy McFarland.
Oh my God.
So Billy McFarland and Ja Rule are both facing a lawsuit for $100 million, which is crazy. And they say it might get worse.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Also,
How
let me
can
just read this little
How
quote
could
out,
you
right?
scam it and fall for it?
Let me just read this little excerpt from this article, right? The $1 million lawsuit filed on the behalf of attendee Daniel Jung, so one of the guys who actually ended up paying the crazy amount of money. He says alleges that Fire Festival was closer to the Hunger Games or Lord of the Flies than Coachella, and accuses organizers of fraud, negligent representation, and breach of contract, citing an outrageous failure to prepare.
That's great. That's terrible, man.
I'm glad somebody's taking action though. If you drop that much money,
I would.
you better do whatever you
Bro,
can to get that back.
If you got that much money to spend on it, you got that much money for lawyers. You better
Sure,
you better
man,
have
for
that much
sure.
money for over 6 figures for
What
a
are they thinking?
for a concert. Like, yo, that's why Jay-Z is rich. He ain't made no stupid move like that. Like 100,000 for a concert.
That man's
really?
a straight mogul.
Really?
That man's a
100,000?
straight mogul, man.
He really is though. Like that's how rich people stay rich because they don't do stuff like that.
And if you realize, also, like I was on Instagram, and
Just go
you know
to
how there's
the
also those memes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
There was a meme where it was like Jay-Z in like 1995,
Mhm.
and it was him like young Hove. So it's like him with the gold chains and the diamond rings,
Yeah.
and it was like Jay-Z 1995 net worth like 50, like 100,000 or something like that. Then it goes Jay-Z in 2012, and it's old man Jay-Z with just like a V-neck and a hoodie, net worth like over $10 million.
Yeah, because when you got the money, you don't have to act like you got
You don't gotta flaunt it. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of artists flaunt, and you know what? You
Yep.
earned it. Go ahead, do
Yeah.
it. But as you get older, like things, you start
that
to like
too. That when you get
prioritize
older,
things.
then you're like, bro, I don't really. First of all, the chains are probably heavy as hell.
Yeah.
These chains is
Do I
heavy. I'm
need 8
tired.
platinum chains that shine? I don't know if I need 8. I'll take one though.
When you
know?
got Beyonce, you don't need to shine. You don't need.
You got
any
her shining
diamonds.
for you, man.
Exactly. You don't need no diamonds on it. You got her. Like, that's
Seriously,
That's like Barack and Michelle. Like Barack don't need no chains. Like he got Michelle. That's
Imagine Brock with chains though.
Barack. He brought
He could.
basketball shoes
He
to the
could.
court. He ain't even wear. He carried his basketball. Like yo.
Say
he's
whatever
real.
you will, man. I think Obama's the coolest president.
Obama is the coolest
He's so
president,
cool.
bro.
Actual serious
He's so
basketball
cool.
shoes.
He's so
What?
dude. There was
Yeah.
every time like you see how like when a team wins the championship, they go to the White House to go visit the president. Every time a basketball in his terms, every time a basketball team went over, I think he played them, and they all say Obama got game.
Yeah.
You know, let's just have. You know what? Let's stop it with the wars. Let's just settle this on the court, man. Let's settle this on the court. Get your best person from Korea. Get your best person from Syria, Israel. We're gonna settle it on the
That's
court.
what Trump is trying to do with the Gulf.
They should do that. Get all the world leaders basketball game.
Saying,
versus
no blood,
Scott.
no
My God.
bloodshed needed.
Do you
just scooping.
understand how
versus
badly
West.
we would lose? What?
East versus West.
Yo, we about to look like the Clippers. All right, Trump is about to.
No,
Yo.
just give like LeBron a Trump mask or something.
Oh my,
Yeah,
yo,
something,
right?
give him
That's
some
he probably gonna do. He's definitely gonna pay somebody to play for him. What do you guys think about what happened to Bill O'Reilly?
The fact that he left Fox.
Mm.
With the
He
scandal.
left Fox, but he's making a crazy
He
amount
got
of
a
money. though, on the way
podcast
out.
now.
Oh
That's
man,
dude.
so
Podcasting. I'm a big
Yo,
proponent that
me-
podcasting and like web series and stuff are the future of. Like,
Yep. That's why I wanted to talk to you about. Like you said that you're writing a script this summer or something.
I already
So-
know the script's already written.
It's
I'm
already
trying
written?
to shoot.
You're trying to shoot during the summer. I was talking to Moses. I was like, that's what we really need to do. Shoot either over the summer or if you want to get more people during the school year
That's the
or something like that.
That's why I'm trying to start this club. So I'm
Mhm.
trying to start this club because if you really realize a lot of TV shows that you watch on TV, they started off as web series.
Yeah.
And think about a web series that since it's an actual
And,
web
like-
series, it doesn't need the crazy production values, and
Mhm.
you can shorten it to keep it 5 to 10 to 20 minutes max.
And hearing about like for the writing class that I'm in with Miss Cosby, like hearing some of these TV shows, I'm like, yo, I'd watch some of these. Like I'd watch Moses' show, Jill, her show is great. Like it's like a spinoff of Olivia Pope and stuff, and like the characters that she got on, like that show, I would watch it.
There's a lot of really prominent shows that have come from web series. I know HBO is a big fan of picking up stuff.
I would
off web
want,
series.
I would want my show.
If
to
you
be on
watched
HBO, bro.
the two, I just recently watched both of them, High Maintenance and Insecure. Those were original.
Yo, Insecure is dope, bro. That's
great
my-
show.
oh
If you
my
like,
God.
I mean,
Issa Rae,
Issa Rae is a funny girl, but
shout out to Issa
I have
Rae.
to be very serious. If that show, you have to like black humor.
Yeah,
If you don't like black
that's
humor,
true.
that show is not for you. But
That's
if you
true.
do like it, it's very relatable and it's really, really good. But
I-
Insecure also started as a web series, and
did?
so did it started as a web series,
Dang.
and so did Broad City. Broad City was also a web series.
That's dope. I for my show that I'm writing, it's kind of, I said it was kind of like a crossover between Insecure and Ballers, because one of the characters is an athlete, so you have that Ballers feel, like where he's gonna go, like he has an injury, so he's gonna go through that stuff, he's gonna have to make deals and stuff like that, but it's also kind of gonna be like Insecure because like all the subtle nuances of Insecure, that's what made it great. All the like little jokes about black people they here
Nah,
and
I
there.
just think
That's
Issa
what
Rae,
made it
she knows
great.
how to write a conversation. Her dialogue is on point because it
Yeah.
doesn't feel. That's my biggest thing when it comes to like sitcoms and dramas is, like especially as a aspiring director and a guy who wants to make films and make just creative stuff in general,
Mm-hmm.
dialogue is so important to the
Yup.
point that people don't realize
Yo.
it. Because I now, because I've taken classes at Iona,
Mm-hmm.
I've been taking this stuff more seriously. I can tell when dialogue feels forced.
Yeah.
Like there's just
Yeah.
like an uncomfortable like atmosphere,
That's-
like or like
Yo.
It's rushed.
vibe around it. No, it's not that it's rushed. It just feels artificial.
Feels,
and
yeah, it
robotic.
feels fake. Like
you know,
no, like
you couldn't imagine a real person.
yeah, like you'd be like nobody
I
would
can
say that
understand
in real life. Like you
Mhm.
know, that's what happened with Disney. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. That was a great show. Like
just think-
the writing on that. Like who else would write Esteban, Julio, Ricardo Montoya, La Rosa?
And the
like,
best part,
yo,
the best part of like those shows and like moments like that where
Mhm.
there's all these like iconic like lines or scenes or
Mhm.
little
Yup.
quotes is that half the time those are ad libbed. Those aren't even written into the
yeah, like
script.
Fresh Prince when
Like-
he did when his dad left or whatever.
Oh, it's like when he's talking to Uncle Phil and his
Yeah,
dad walked out again.
yeah.
Oh, that's such a great.
That
That's
is
probably
a
one of the
great-
best scenes in the entire show.
Yo, that's one of the best scenes ever.
Yeah, no,
Like,
seriously.
yeah, a lot
what
of-
else was I gonna give you? To give you another example, I don't know if you guys are movie buffs, but I am obviously. The movie The Shining. If you guys have heard about it,
Oh, is that the scary?
that's a
horror
scary movie where it's
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson in the hotel
Yeah,
with his wife and his
yeah,
kid. It's
yeah.
it's very quotable. Like there's a lot of scenes that you might not know the movie, but you know certain scenes. Like for example,
When did
there's
this come out?
When
80s.
he's like, you know the
20s?
guy who like
80s.
breaks the
Oh,
door
80s.
down with the axe and like he sticks his head in.
Oh, here's Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Here's Johnny.
Yep,
Is
see?
ad libbed. Here's Johnny's improvised. That wasn't in the script. Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson just did that on a whim.
Yeah, that's how you.
It's
That's
amazing how like there's a lot of references to that exact scene. In different shows basically.
Dude, we could talk about that movie for an entire podcast. I'm gonna be honest. I watched that movie 3
Yo, I'm
times in
trying
the
to do
past
a
like 4
podcast.
months.
Who made the movie in general? 'Cause
Stanley Kubrick, which is probably top 3 best directors of all time.
You
Probably
know-
number 1.
who do you think is? F. Gary Gray is great. He made
Ed Gary-
Friday. F. Gary Gray. He made Friday, Fast and Furious.
He just made a new. He made Straight Outta Compton.
He made Straight Outta Compton.
That's the one I'm
He made
thinking
the
about.
new Fast and Furious that
Is he
came
making?
out.
Is he making a new Tupac movie or no?
I don't know if that's him.
gonna
I don't
find
think
out.
it's him.
I'm gonna find out right now.
I
Gotta
don't-
give the viewers the factuals.
for this,
Definitely.
For this class, what is it? Writing for the screen.
Yeah,
Mhm.
writing for
I-
the screen.
I think I'm gonna take that next semester.
Andrew,
That's
if you
great.
can, try to take the producer's craft class. You'd like it.
What number is that?
4:30.
4:30. Let me
You
check.
make-
What
make-
specifically, like,
You're a producer, so it teaches you how to produce. But in addition to producing, you have to do a group project. And for my class, we did a group project regarding the Boys and Girls Club.
I'm taking.
So Iona College collaborated with the New Rochelle Boys and Girls Club to create a PSA, and each group had a specific topic. I cannot speak for the other groups, but my topic was audiology, right? And I was grouped up with the 5th graders in the middle school, so 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade.
Mhm.
So initially we got the topic, and we're like, yo, we don't even know what audiology is. We don't expect the 5th graders to know. So after doing some research, we found out it's just sound and the study of sound. So we made it simple. But the way it is that you have to create a 2-minute PSA, and you have to do everything yourself. So you have to do the location scouting. You have to do the cast scouting. You have to call them and find out when they're available. It's as if you're making an actual like movie. You know what I'm saying? You have to go rent out to the equipment or have equipment on your own whim. Like Cosby's not holding your hand. Like she's there if you need her. Like you can send her emails and stuff. But when it comes to the actual hands-on
great.
production,
That's
it's you
great.
and your group.
That's great. That's
sounds
what we
interesting.
need.
That's what we need, more classes like that.
That's
man.
what Gary Vaynerchuk was talking about, because he's a business person
Mhm.
and he's an entrepreneur, and he's saying that if you're an entrepreneur, you should not be in school. If you're an entrepreneur, you should be hustling. You should be
If
selling.
you really think about it, Andrew, do you guys agree with this? Is like I'm just coming straight completely out of left field because we're talking about entrepreneurship.
Mhm.
Iona is opening a school of entrepreneurship. Do you think that kind of goes against the idea of entrepreneurship?
Yeah, that's what he said.
The idea of being the self-made man. How do you teach somebody to be self-made?
Yeah, that's what he said. He was like, if he had to teach a class, he would be like, this is why you should not take this class. And he'd be there the first day, and he would tell you he would tell you basically to go out into the world, find a job, find this and that, hustle, do your thing, but he's not going to hold your hand.
A
And
big part of
being an entrepreneur
seems
is...
like an oxymoron.
a big. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not criticizing Iona, obviously.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Iona.
I mean, they're just trying to help, but...
No, definitely. But I
Yeah.
think that like when it comes to entrepreneurship, one thing you can apply to entrepreneurship that I think is very important is networking. And
Yes.
my problem with the current curriculum of schools, and I know we keep bouncing from topic to topic,
No, it's
but
good, it's good.
the problem with current curriculum of school is that we're learning subjects such as math, science, and all these other things, which
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say they're useless.
No,
But they're
at all.
not applicable to necessarily to the real life world. Like
Every
as
day.
opposed to taking geometry, calculus,
Mm-hmm.
and physics. But if you want to do business, what you're gonna need physics for? I mean, yes, it's nice to know and nice to have
Mhm.
knowledge, but why aren't we taking classes that regard
That's... Yeah.
how to file out taxes, how to do your tax return, how to network. That's the biggest thing about entrepreneurship. You have to know how to network, and we don't have anything, no real guides. And if you're socially awkward and socially inept by nature, how are you gonna figure out how to network?
Exactly.
I know it's trial and error, but after you take a few L's, you're gonna kind of feel discouraged. You know what I mean?
That's why I took in high school. We had Jordan and I went to under prep. We had this leadership class, and I was like, I'm gonna take that. Like it teaches you how to be a leader, how to conduct yourself in certain situations and stuff like that, and like it asks you difficult questions just to see how you would think. Like there was no right or wrong answer because you don't know the outcome, but
it would gauge where you are,
just to be able to make decisions for yourself. And that's why a lot of millennials can't be police officers because they can't talk to other people. Like they're scared to go into situations where they might have a confrontation or stuff like that, and that's basically hurting us.
It's weird because like
I wouldn't be a police officer because I'm not big. I'm not trying to get beat up.
I mean, not even about that. I mean, if you go through the training, you will get big. You will get big. But I just feel like it's so weird that nowadays I notice it more as I get older. Being social, for whatever reason, is becoming harder and harder amongst people. Like
social media.
I don't know. I mean, you can kind of say it is social media, the fact that we have such a reliance on looking at the phones and technology and stuff like that. But I don't want to sound like an old man because I'm only 20 and I'm not old. But the days of like the 80s and the 90s when I was young, you didn't have Facebook, Instagram, none of that. You had MySpace. But even that was just like whatever. Everybody still, if you wanted to be cool with somebody, you go up to them and you talk to them.
We don't talk to our neighbors anymore.
Yeah, man, everyone just keeps it to themselves.
That's the main thing. Like I have an 11-year-old cousin. She's on her iPad. Whenever she comes to our house, she's on her iPad. The whole
tablets
time,
are nuts.
The whole day. And I'm like, at first I was like, yo, kids these days, you can't even blame the kids because who raised the kids? The parents.
Not even the parents. It's the tablet raising the kid, bro.
Yeah, it's the tablet. But like, if it was me, I'd be like, no. Like, I had a phone when I was like 12 years old.
Look, we're not saying to take it away. Just moderate it. Instead of giving it 12 hours a day, give it for like 2 hours after they did all their homework.
You did your homework, good job. Now you can do it.
Take it easy.
Don't just give it to them whenever they like. That's why my little sister, and that's I feel like it's kind of my fault too because I should be helping her out more, but like I'm just trying to be. I'm busy like doing my stuff. It's like sometimes I can't really help her with her stuff. But like over the summer, like I pick her up from school. I'm doing her homework with her. Like I'm there because I have that time, and so I spend that time with her. And like take her to the park and stuff like that, like just to go play. Cause kids want to be active. Little kids, they want to run around. They want to, but we're so like. We don't have the time that we kind of like push them away, and so we're kind of like, all right, yo, go get your iPad. I need to finish this right now. Instead of saying, all right, let's do this together. Or like, I have a book. I have Charlemagne's book that I still need to read. So if she needs to read, and my mom says, oh, go read, then I'll go read with her and stuff like that. So it's little things like that can help kids. So
that's my friend right there.
Okay, gotcha.
He's in my class for STL. Speaking of, we're in the same class for STL, and one of the things that our teacher talks about is how the cell phones are making us all robots, basically.
I can see it, but we
also need it too now.
Look, I'm gonna give you this. There is a positive though to all the cell phone use. Kids will be able to multitask at a level that we cannot comprehend.
Another positive.
If you really think about it, because some people are more better at it than others. But when I write a paper, I cannot listen to music. I can't blast the music, right?
I can do that.
I watch my little brother.
It depends.
I watch my little brother on his tablet. He'll be sitting at the desk, right, with my mom's cell phone playing like Roblox or something, right. He'll be on YouTube watching a video of Roblox, and then he'll be listening to music while doing his homework. And then I look at his homework, he gets it right. How do you do 4 things at once at the age of 7, dude? I can't even do 2, and I'm 20. What? They're evolving, dude. But there's also
we're evolving. This is the next evolution.
They're evolving, dude.
What is the next evolution, bro?
Soon in the future, we'll be able to do like 7 things at once.
That's what I'm saying. Now we just grow arms and just be multitasking everywhere, dude. It's gonna be nuts.
That's crazy, man.
VR headset.
Yeah, but
dude, that looks sick.
That's yo, you really promoting VR.
Yeah, I got a sponsor.
You should work for Samsung. That's your internship. Work for Samsung.
There's a place downtown called Milk Studios, which I recently went to. And
is it like a music studio?
No, Milk Studios is actually everything. It's mainly fashion, photography, film production, and you could even go there to rent equipment. I have a friend who works here, so we went there last Friday to go hang out for a little bit. They have a branch for VR specifically, brand new. So they're trying to get people who are leading creative minds, whether it be photography, directing, like social media, just anything in general regarding the creativity. They're trying to get you in, because if you really think about it, VR is the next level.
Yeah.
VR is as much as like VR is not there yet. Like VR, if you can place it right, like imagine watching a movie and you're in the movie. You're just like actually there watching it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think VR is definitely, like, we thought 3D was cool.
we thought the red and blue glasses.
Well, so.
Yo, that's how you know we didn't have nothing. We thought the red and blue glasses was lit.
We thought we were turned. And remember when those red and blue glasses turned black and started looking like Ray-Bans? We're like, ooh, we made it,
right?
We made it.
What is this? We upgraded, bro.
Oh
we definitely
my God.
upgraded.
I remember that used to be extremely popular, and then they tried to do 4D once, where you can smell things as well.
Nah,
Yeah, I've actually
I'm
there's actually a movie called Polyester where they had like smell-o-vision or something like that, and like when you watch the movie, I mean, we watched it obviously in my film class, but when the movie came out into theaters, they had like little like cards that you would watch with the movie, and whenever the movie would be like the movie would cue you saying like, take this card out, like scratch and sniff and stuff like that, and they even had effects in the chairs, like the chair would rumble and
I think
stuff
I
like
remember
that.
something like that with the cars and stuff.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, there was like I remember that, like, 3D was like a huge thing, but then they had the 4D, and it was like, oh, Spy Kids 4D. And then I was
Spy Kids 4D.
Yeah, and then they had something that was like smell, and then the cars smelled like poop. I don't even know why they thought that was a good idea.
What is your view on remakes, since you want to be creative and make your own movies
I
and
think
stuff?
they have their time and place, but
I feel
I'm
like it's
more
too
of a
much now, man.
I'm recently there's been a lot of remakes, but my
Yeah.
problem with the remakes is that I'm alright with the remakes as long as you do them justice. A lot of remakes have been trash.
That's true.
As long
That's
as you,
true.
Can I-
have knowledge of the series, basically?
Yeah, I mean if you're gonna make a remake, you kind of want to at least look at the source material to see where to go. Like if you're remaking back, okay, we talked about it recently. I think we talked about it during the break. We were talking about Back to the Future, and I was like, yo, that's one movie that should never be remade. But if you are gonna remake them, at least watch all three of them. You know, at least do like your due diligence, do your research to make sure it's as faithful to it as possible. But I just feel like remakes at this point, we're only having remakes for the same reason why Marvel movies are so popular, because it's something easy to make, and it's something that will
money.
guarantee you money.
Yeah.
Because cause like if you make a Back to the Future movie now, not only will you have all the old heads who've watched it when they were young and they have the nostalgia, they might watch it, and then you introduce it to a brand new like generation.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
going.
like Ghostbusters did?
Yeah.
Except that was,
Yeah, that's a prime example of the Ghostbusters. There was no reason to make that movie.
Yeah, there was no reason.
The ghost came
And
back.
and apparently it bombed.
They
They
had
did.
Bill Murray killed in that.
Did they really?
Yeah, Bill Murray shows up, gets killed.
That's just that's what I
That's
mean by due
disrespectful.
diligence. Like why would Bill Murray die? He was like one of the main characters in the original.
Yeah, he was. That's crazy.
They had,
Alright.
some other remakes. I'm trying to remember.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. None of them come to mind really.
What movie did you just mention before? You said Back to the Future, and then I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
more that just came out.
I forget it. Yeah, there's a lot of them that came out. I'm also over the superhero. I was never into superhero movies like that, but I'm just over it. I feel like it's way
kinda
too
like
like
them.
there's Thor, Spider-Man,
What else?
Avengers,
Off the top of my
Iron
head, for
Man.
more remakes, we got
They're
what?
coming out
New
with
Godzilla.
Godzilla. Yeah,
New
Godzilla.
Godzilla. They've
that was they had King Kong.
Dude, that movie was actually pretty sick though.
It was.
One that
Kong Skull Island. If
Yeah.
you want a little quick movie review, the movie is sick when Kong is on the screen. Whenever he's not on the screen, you can go to sleep.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard it was iffy.
But that it's also like I was watching that movie, and that movie definitely has crazy production values. But there's a scene in the very beginning when Kong first gets introduced. 'Cause Kong comes into the movie maybe like 20, 30 minutes right in. They show you Kong right away. They ain't playing no games. But when Kong first comes in, the cinematography and the actual just like set design and everything is wild. Like some of the tricks they used, like because it's a bunch of airplanes flying into Skull Island, and then Kong pulls up and he's just like, "Yo, I run this." It looks absolutely fantastic. Some
I
of the
wanna
scenes where it's Kong like fighting like octopuses and stuff, awesome.
I want to see Avatar. That's what I'm. They pushed it. They keep pushing it back.
I
Now
know.
the sequel?
2018.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen the first movie still. I
Really?
haven't watched it.
It's basically like when I got older, I realized this. I was like, this is basically the Native American story.
Yeah,
Like I was
Yeah,
like,
they're trying
living
to
in
take
the
him out of the
forest,
nation
trying
now,
to take over the
didn't he?
forest.
I think it is. I think it actually is.
Yeah.
Crazy that movie's the highest grossing movie of all time.
Right?
I never thought.
I loved. I don't know. I just really liked it. Like the way they did it.
I
So
also heard the visuals are
the
nuts.
visuals are great. Yo,
Very
James
expensive.
Cameron is great. Cameron's really
Has
good.
he made anything since Avatar? No, right? I
Um,
think that was his last movie.
I forget exactly.
Going
I
to
think
look
he
it up.
has.
So
I forget
I'm
exactly.
gonna go back to the King Kong thing. Was there like 3 remakes of the King Kong movie?
Yeah, there was
with
one in,
Jack
like,
Black in
That
it.
was the 05 one.
06,
That was
yeah.
like the 05 one. That was a really good
Yeah.
movie on its own, right? That one
Yeah,
was way
that
more
was good.
faithful though. Like
Mhm.
this new King Kong movie, he doesn't go to New York City. Like he's just
Yeah,
in-
he's just at his
he
island.
doesn't, get on top of the building
No.
with the lady in the hand.
No, he doesn't. It's crazy because the way they set it up, because it's this movie ties in with Godzilla,
Mm.
Oh.
and Legendary's doing it like how Marvel has a Marvel universe.
Yeah.
They have a MonsterVerse now.
Ah,
So the way it is when you stay after the credits, they show you like the cave paintings of different monsters. So
Mhm.
if you've ever seen Godzilla, you'll notice like
Yeah.
the three-headed dragon, the giant butterfly Mothra, and all that stuff, right?
Mhm.
But the way they're trying to do it is it's similar to Pacific Rim. If you guys have seen Pacific Rim,
part of it.
they want to have movies where they just all fight each other, which is gonna be sick. So like they're
That
planning
would be
they're
sick.
planning on doing another Godzilla movie because they're
Mhm.
making a sequel to it. Then after that, it's gonna be Kong versus Godzilla,
Dang,
which is gonna be
That'd be great.
nuts.
that'd
Yeah.
be great. So, I want to go back to the internship thing really quick.
Mhm.
What are the requirements for internship? Do you know? Do you remember off the top of your head? Or?
Nowadays, there's
like
no
for
real-
Iona College, like to get credit for.
Oh, the actual credit.
Yeah,
I don't.
'cause
I
my-
think it
'cause-
depends. It depends if you do like. I don't know what it is. I know there's internship classes, but when it comes to being credited, a lot of internships will give you credit because nowadays, from what I know, it's an internship has to be either paid or credited. It's illegal if it's not. Like if you're doing it for nothing, it's kind of illegal.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
credit, I think when it comes to the credit, you have to go within you have to go to an advisor and talk to them about it because I think all internships are credited no matter what, even if you don't get paid.
Yeah,
You do
okay.
get credit for it, and if your credits, and I think if it works out right, the credits can vouch for a class. So
Yeah,
instead
that's-
of taking a
that's-
certain class, you
That's
do the internship.
basically what I need.
Mhm.
Yeah, and because I was wondering, because my friend works at a studio, and I was
Mhm.
like, could I do that? Like, could they give me credits for that? But I don't think so.
If you want to do some stuff, you just gotta look around. I know
Yeah,
that.
I've tried. Yo, people don't respond to emails. Like we be talking about millennials, people don't respond to emails.
We'll talk,
in
that's my
general.
biggest pet peeve when it comes to applying for internships. Like, yeah, I understand that you're a big corporation and you have a million and one things going on, but there has to be a way you can just get back to me.
Yeah, like
Just
complex.
let me know I didn't get the goddamn
I
job.
called. Yeah, that I'd
sorry,
rather
sorry
that.
for the language.
I'd rather that. Like complex, I called.
Dub
Like, they
me
haven't
straight up
replied.
instead of having me wonder for 2
WVOX.
months. You know what I mean?
Like I don't hate them or anything. Like I'm not trying to be mean or anything.
Mhm.
But like WVX, they didn't answer. I tried different places. Like they still haven't answered me. So it's like, come on, bro.
At this point, it's just a waiting game, man. But
Yeah,
I know that
I need
most.
to talk
I think
to Demergis.
you're definitely, if you want to get an internship, you're definitely guaranteed to go to LMC TV.
What is it?
Mama Marinick television. That's like a lot of Iona's kids, and you get actual hands-on experience when it comes to like working.
Mm.
Because there's Iona graduates who do the anchor, like they do a show every Thursday, and
Mhm.
it covers everything within the Mamaroneck area. And
Yeah.
we watched it in my production class, and there was 2 graduates, Maral Kathwari and Kyle Byrne.
Mhm.
I know them passingly. Like I've passed by them, I've said hello. Like
Mhm.
they're more colleagues than friends, I think I would say.
Yeah.
But like they take in Iona students and they cultivate them because Iona and LMC
Mhm.
are very close. So
Mhm.
if you want to get a job, you can literally just go there with a resume and be like, "Yo, I'm looking for an internship. We'll do whatever needed." I have a friend of mine who actually he doesn't work there, but he interns there, and he did an actual segment of the show.
Mhm.
I don't know if the show is run locally, like through television, but I know you could definitely find it online.
Okay. So anything else? You guys want to talk about, or
I feel like we hit
want
on
to talk
like,
about
almost every
basketball a little bit?
Yeah.
We hit on like so many points, man.
Yeah, I
I have
know.
no idea.
It was like a podcast. You want to talk about
We
basketball a
should
little
do
bit?
a podcast. That'd be awesome.
I'm trying to get all the equipment and stuff this summer, man.
Dude, let me know. I'll be down to do a podcast,
Yeah.
man. It'll be awesome. That's just a nice side thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Keep
Mhm.
yourself working. Keep yourself busy.
Yeah, definitely. You want to talk about the NBA playoffs a little?
NBA playoffs. The way things are looking. Do you see the game yesterday?
I was just gonna cut the segment then, like for what we did. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna talk about basketball when we get back.